are gonna be crazy, Lyric.
Yeah, there are all-stars on both sides here. I'm super excited to talk about the rosters here because it's a character bonanza. There are tons of characters from all different parts of the tier list everywhere on both teams. Let's bring up the roster card first for our, our first grand finals competitors here. We got Northwood Blue here. And as you said a little bit earlier, Michigan State did take out Northwood White, but we got Northwood Blue here. Now, I got to talk about this roster. This is a crazy roster to be your
Yeah,
collegiate roster. You got Frostbite on the Roy, So Good Pop or SGP on the Wii Fit trainer, Copel on the King K rule, and Seth, who could be, I believe, is either on Falcon or Shulk. I think I remember them
Falcon.
as wherever they.
It's gonna be Captain
It
Falcon,
is
I
going to be on the
believe.
Falcon. Yeah, this is crazy, right? I mean, you got Roy and Falcon, you're very stereotypical, like fast followers, really aggressive characters, and you got So Good Pop and Copel on like the wild card picks, right? We Fit Trainer on Wi-Fi is an amazing character, so good, and dare I say, So Good Pop has a ton of tools to work with. Copel as well, King K rule, definitely a matchup check. Is a heavy, will pay the heavy tax, but we know that Copel is very, 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 very good, Miles.
Yeah, this roster is the only roster, to my knowledge, that has ever taken a a crew battle off of the reigning champions, Fisher College.
Hmm.
Copel was actually beating Sonics, just
Yeah.
like straight up in multiple crew battles consistently, to the point where they started to have to send in other people versus Copel. Now, obviously, you can Janna, Wi-Fi this, Wi-Fi that, but what Copel was doing was forcing Sonics to make decisions, occupying space with those slow, lingering projectiles, and forcing Sonics into a 50-50 scenario, and then beating them out in it consistently. Copel, like you said, is terrifying and is definitely an X factor if you're not ready for that K rule.
Absolutely. We got to look on over at Michigan State once again, though. We did just see them, but let's go on ahead and talk about them again. We have Crash 101, Dice, Suspect, Hawk, and Linus is also there too, waiting in the wings. I have a feeling that they are going to play both twins here because I mean, Miles, we just know this at this point that you need to bring out the big guns for this. We did also see a great showing from Dice, taking 7 stocks last battle as well. I mean, on that Falco, and looking really good to start finals here again.
Dice looked ready for anything. Dice looked ready to combo, to confirm kills, to deal with zoning, to pressure you, and to make you slip up, and then as soon as you slip up, get huge damage off of it. Dice just consistently was a fantastic opener. Now, Northwood, they've got to be ready for it. They're probably all in the same esports lab. They probably saw the earlier match. They know what they're in for. So we'll get to see what Northwood Blue is ready. Because, like, not only is Northwood Blue the varsity roster, but they're also just I would have to say they've got to be very prepared. So it is going to be SGP opening up here, and Dice does not want to give them room to breathe.
Yeah, both of these characters have tons of combo potential on each other, but once again, So Good Pop, definitely one of the better Wii Fits out there for the entire game itself, on Wi-Fi and off as well. We love the Town and City pick for both players, though. They both want those cheeky little aerials off the side here. Already has the deep breathing ready to go, just going to use it to get Dice off stage here. Dice, though, going to play a little bit aggressive. It's going to work off here, Miles.
This is looking really good already, Lyric. Pressuring Dice, or pressuring SGP in the corner, but caught by a stray header, and now it's Dice looking for an opening. Right now, trading hits on shields, but right now these stray hits, they're amounting to nothing, Lyric.
Yeah, it's looking a little bit rough here. The fair, unfortunately, hits the ball instead of So Good Pop. That actually could have been stock here. So now here comes Dice. This is what Dice was doing really well last crew battle, Miles. Playing that very aggressive game. It doesn't feel like So Good Pop is too comfortable on stage right now, and instead is just stalling off the side until Dice makes a critical error, which we might be seeing right now, but great magnet hands.
Ooh, but a little bit of panic getting back onto the stage right there, just neutral get-ups, and, well, SGP was ready for that with the back air, and now at center stage, SGP, they're playing a game, the same game they've been playing all game, but it's better because they're at a stock lead. They can afford to slow the pace of the game down.
I love the blatant run back as well. That was such a call out on the illusion timing too. You could tell that SGP definitely lining up here, but the up tilt back air not going to be enough. This does allow So Good Pop to get some time right now to get a deep breathing out, so things are going to hurt just a little bit more. Great parry, but it doesn't even matter. Still, the way that both of these players are moving around each other in the air, especially Miles, has been fantastic so far.
SGP, ooh, not ready for that one. The back air across stage is going to be enough to finish off SGP. Fairly even percents right now, especially because one hit from Dice will certainly even it out. But SGP, they're going to do their best to not let them get that hit. But with their own projectiles, Dice is evening up the percents.
I'm loving just the single hit laser and just kind of like backing off after that. Unfortunately, though, after 2 headers, it's looking like Dice is going to have to approach a little bit more. Definitely has the timing down on a lot of these projectile throws, but honestly, SGP doing what Wii Fit does best, just stalling a little bit in the air. The up tilt's not going to connect onto SGP. Instead, it is the ball. That gives SGP some time and will be able to find the crit down air with that deep breathing.
We talked about this a little bit in the very first matchup, but when Dice runs out of resources, SGP smells blood in the water. Got down there with a spike, and now they're trying to force Dice off stage again, and these drag down multi-hits on shield, they're just not doing anything right now, Lyric. SGP is shielding them, defending them, charges up the forward smash.
Yeah, things are looking a little bit rough for Dice now. You can use this rage to try and get another stock, but it is just going to be the read off of the platform into the F smash. It will be Dice going down first for Michigan State, as we have SGP only losing 1 stock. Now, here's the question, Miles. Do we send in the heavy hitters now? Or do we kind of wait it out? Do we see if somebody else can take some more? But honestly, So Good Pop doing what So Good Pop does best and holding a lead really well.
Yeah, looking at what they've got on the roster, I don't think you want to send in any of the
Look at the
SGC
arena
characters.
name, by the way.
Okay.
The arena name is NU based MSU cringe. Loving the very tasteful trash talk here. Once again, these are competitive smashers. They definitely get very, very intense, and just the arena name is killing me right now.
You got to give yourself every advantage you can. And
Absolutely.
Listen, MSU already took down one NU team today. NU has every right to talk a little bit of trash. But looking at what MSU has, I'm not sure if there's like a clear, big answer to the Wii Fit trainer. Like, obviously, FGC characters, if they get you with a strong hit, they could very easily kill you in that hit, but getting on the Wii Fit is going to be tough, and I feel like that plays right into SGP's hand. I feel like Hawk on the Rob might be one of your best options. Now, Linus on the Min, that's one that I'm a little bit curious about, because in theory, I think Min's ability to contest the ledge would be good, but just the way SGP is playing around it, baiting people in, I'm not sure if it's going to be the best pick.
Well, if we remember from last set, the one thing that our friend Trisket on the Pac-Man was doing really well was finding a lot of aerials in. Now, Min, as a character, struggles with finding that off. You know who else does a lot of good aerials in the air? It's Wii Fit Trainer. I would say if you want to give it a go, sure. But I think, like you said, Miles, the Rob might just be a little bit better. But stage pick is also going to be very, very, very key here. I mean, we cannot let So Good Pop just hang out on the ledge of Town and City. You know, they're ready for it. They're using everything, right? The stage, the platforms. Might be another time to go somewhere small, right? Small battlefield, Smashville by chance. I mean, who knows? But I think Michigan has to take a little bit longer figuring this out. If it's me, I'm sending in the Rob. I'm sending in the big guns, quite literally. Get this Wii Fit out of here, and we'll figure it out as we keep going.
Yeah, and I feel like it's not like Rob is going to be like, oh no, I'm in an unwinnable matchup. I mean, Rob, Hey, Rob's they're in a oppressed class right there. They have had to
Absolutely.
walk uphill every single step of the way. Every single character in the game can zero to death them. But that's the thing about Rob. That's why Rob loses but wins, because even though every character can zero to death Rob can zero to death every single character. So is a matchup really losing if you're able to touch of death everyone? That's up to you to decide.
Very true. Once again, people are just taking a little bit longer. It is the finals, though. I cannot blame them either, Miles. I mean, and once again, it is a best of one. So you get one chance here. And I know Michigan does not want to go down all the way. And like I said, that first game, not too close. So good, Pop. Very, very composed.
And so they are playing to qualify for the regional LAN as well. And at that LAN, they are going to get some very nice seating, and we saw that seating come in huge last time. Specifically, at the last LAN I was at, St. John's got upset in the online qualifiers by NJCU. That one upset, that third seed instead of the second seed, made a world of difference, because then they were playing the number one seed a lot earlier than they would have liked to. It wasn't quite what they would have wanted. So, you've got to be playing for it all right here. You want to get that number one seed. You want to guarantee yourself a shot at not just qualifying for the finals down in Texas later this May, but also get a little bit of that prize pot too.
Yeah, definitely some money in the pockets. Never too much of a bad idea. We do see Michigan State back into the arena, so we have a game plan. Miles, what are you thinking? What's our game plan? What do you think?
All right. I didn't quite see who just hopped in the arena. Who was that?
Somebody.
Okay. If I would think you want to catch SGP out before they can get any of their setups going. You could see DICE had that idea. They were trying to throw out the lasers and interrupt the deep breathing, try to make sure that they never got a chance to, well, breathe, and make them feel uncomfortable at the ledge. And it worked in the middle game, but in the beginning, it felt like SGP was just getting a lot of mileage, and towards the end, SGP was just running away with the edge guards, taking away the jumps. So obviously, again, also conserving your resources off stage, SGP has shown themselves to be bloodthirsty in those edge guards, and yeah, making sure you don't burn all of your advantages up for no reason.
We'll see. Looks like players are going to be picking stage. So let's see if this gives it away. Small battlefields is the pick, right? We're not letting So Good Pop just run around the entire stage throwing medicine balls, soccer balls, sun at you. We are just going to keep it a little bit closer. We'll see, though. I mean, like I said, I think the Rob comes in here, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Kazuya comes in. Okay, so it is going to be Linus. So
Yeah.
let's see how this one's going to go. Honestly, Miles, we both have our reservations about this one. But, I mean, if Linus feels like it, let Linus do it.
Like I said, I felt like this was, in theory, one of the better matchups. I just worried about, well, SGP's ability to adapt, but if Linus is just able to keep SGP at the ledge, I am not as worried. As we can see here, this is exactly why you do well. Wii Fit has a slow recovery, and even though it does well at the ledge, still has to be there. And that's not where you want to be against the Min Min.
Already, you can tell So Good Pop just using a lot of these tools to try and find a way in. Seems like Linus, though, the win condition here is to just avoid every projectile and find a way to close the gap. But you can tell So Good Pop is so slippery on this ledge. The Dragon Laser already looking good. But once again, these soccer balls are coming in very, very clutch.
Okay. Snapping right back to ledge there. Linus being as conservative with their resources at off stage as they can, trying to interrupt them. I love that 1-2 punch right there, interrupting SGP. No jump at this present time, I believe, but that was brilliant. Baits the roll in with the Dragon Laser and then charges up the Megawatt.
Yeah, good on Linus here. It's going to be all about holding the stock, but it will be so good, Pop, finding that first stock on Linus, now taking 4 stocks here. We're going to see if they can take at least 1 or 2 more, but you can already tell, while yes, it's a slower paced match, you can tell how careful both of these players are playing around each other.
Yeah, we're going in with that down air, but instead, it is going to be SGP who's controlling the ground game, juggling Linus around. They're taking a page out of Triscuit's book, but SGP just doesn't have the same boxing tools that Pac-Man did. And because of that, Linus is able to escape with only 66%, not carried off stage for an edge guard, but they're still eating these projectiles every now and then.
Yeah, it's not looking good. So good Pop ready to go here, trying to get the reverse ball on ledge tech here, but it's not going to be enough. You can already tell those so good Pop with the deep breathing as well. Things are looking very, very good for them. But here comes Linus. If you're able to just get this 1 stock and hold on to your second with 127, it's looking really good for Michigan State. But honestly, so good Pop just trying to find 1 loose aerial. Good air dodge, but no punish on the back air here. Linus just so desperately looking for this megawatt and will be able to find it. Linus only losing 1 stock here. It is still so close.
Yeah, great recovery right there. After that initial start where SGP was slipping a lot of projectiles through the defenses, I was worried about Linus. I really was. But they were able to clean it up so well at the end, catching those landings. And sure, Min Min might not have your stereotypical juggle tools, but if you can catch a landing from half a mile away, does it really matter if you can't keep them in the air? Let them back down. Who cares? You're going to hit them when they're there anyway.
All right, so we know Linus is there. So good Pop is out. Okay. Oh, I saw the hover potentially, and we are going to be seeing Copel here on the King K rule. Once again, this is one of our kind of scary players, right? Like we had the 2 top tiers, and now we were like, all right, and you know your checkmate kind of matchups here. You got King K rule, you got Wii Fit Trainer. We'll see what Copel's going to be able to do here. One thing I do know is that I think people underrate King K Rool a lot. They say, okay, he's big. I don't really like his options, but sometimes when King K Rool throws you off stage, there's a lot of things he can do. The back air, the down air, cannonball. There's tons of things. Just run off Nair too. Like K Rool's Nair hitbox really does extend at certain moments. So it's going to be very interesting to see how he does here, but I don't know. I'm very excited for the K Rool.
And a thing about all of those setups, like the back throw off stage into any aerial, I think K Rool is a character that excels at making you feel stupid.
Yes!
Like when you get back thrown, down aired off stage, you're like, oh, how did I get hit by that? As if it's not a 50-50 and you had one good option and you just happened to not pick it. Like even if K Rool hits you with a good combo, sometimes just because of, you know, smash social conventions, you still do feel kind of dumb and you can't get in your own head about that. Because at the end of the day, Copel is doing the most with the tools they are given, and so are you. You got to be ready to deal with them.
See what stage we are going to. So we are leaving potentially small battlefield here. Now, I'm interested to see where we are going to go, but it is going to be that min-min. So as we said in the last set, potentially another Smashville pick, keeping things nice, close in quarters, especially versus a heavy. You do not want to be going to nice, close in quarters. Take up a lot of space. They find a lot of options. So let's see where Copel is going to be taking us. We got the hover over the stage, so I'm thinking we're probably going somewhere else. But I mean, it's up to them it's up to them where they're going to go.
There are a couple interesting tools in this matchup that I'm looking to see how Linus is used. Like, it's the up smash that reflects, right?
Yeah.
Those slow-moving projectiles, those are quite parryable. You can get right in there and reflect those. That was one of Copel's main game plans. Now, obviously, if they bait you into doing the reflect when you don't want to, that's a whole other story, but it just adds another layer to the mind games. I feel like Copel will be ready for it, but there's a difference between being ready and being able to execute on it in the heat of the match. So we'll see if they're able to do that right now.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
We are just taking down the time just a little bit. No worries. We are going to be going back to small battlefield. This is a matchup. This sometimes with 89 characters in Ultimate, right, Miles? sometimes you just gotta say this is a matchup. This is definitely a matchup we don't really see on the big stage too often. A lot of these characters kind of get overshadowed here. But we are going to be seeing Copel, once again, a very, very good player, going up against Linus here. We're going to be starting it, and already just Linus saying, you know what, let's just keep you away. We're going to stack on 72% of damage. Ouch.
And they hit Copel out of their counter there. I'm not even sure how that happened. But regardless, now Copel's without a crown, and, well, they're not able to get a single hit in.
Ooh, my goodness. Linus with a
Oh my
very
gosh.
solid gameplay here. Not taking any damage at all, but here comes Copel finally finding a grab here, but this is the sustained damage here on Min Min. She's so reliable on getting a ton of damage, especially versus heavies here. Gonna even throw the crown up, use it against Copel here, and we're just going coast to coast. Left side of the stage, right side of the stage. It's just another day in Min Min Park.
They're dead.
Yeah.
And that's one stock. That's such a fast. I mean, that was 1 minute and 10 seconds against a Min Min, and Min Min's already cleaned up those 2 stocks. Copel definitely took a deep breath on that Angel platform right there. Wants to keep this even between these two, because you know what Michigan State's got in their back pocket. I mean, these players travel all around. They know each other quite well. Catches them trying to jump off of that stage. This is where Copel gets their magic. This is where they make it happen. But can they finish off the stock right here?
Looking for the Blunder Blast to get a stock going, but still Linus does not want to give up this rage and potentially just wants to 3-stock Copel right here, right now. Good crown toss though, and there it is! Finds the crown toss into the up air. Great job by Copel here, but Linus just needs to still find this 1 stock, but Michigan State is up a very, very good amount right now.
Yeah, none of those huge starters early on, but no crown. Keeping it away, playing the keep away game, but Copel just goes in with the heavy armor on that dash attack, able to get in, able to get an opening, lands with that cross up forward air, and right now Linus is actually struggling to get Copel off stage. I feel like if we see one more off stage scenario, it could be Linus taking it, but if we don't, then that is going to be Copel getting the back throw. Opportunity here, and opportunity.
There's the Nair that we were talking about as well, but speaking of Nair, Megawatt Nair is going to alleviate some pressure. Trying to find it, will be able to get the down throw into the up smash. That's going to be Copel stabilizing there. Oh my goodness, the words are just not coming to me today. Copel stabilizes for Northwood, and now we are just at a 1 stock difference, but my goodness, Miles, the momentum is shifting from school to school, Northwood to Michigan State, back to Northwood now.
Yeah, I am not surprised to see Copel win that, but I am surprised in the manner in which it happened. I mean, the fact that Copel got kind of, I mean, let's be honest, let's not mince words, got kind of bodied those first 2 stocks, did get a chance to even throw out a move. They got grabbed on stock 1 and then woke up on stock 3 like, how'd I get here? And then they turned it around in a big fashion.
All right. So, you got King K. Rool. Do you send out the Kazuya? Or do you send out the Rob? Do you go heavy v heavy?
I feel like you do not want to be any... I almost treat Copel's K. Rool like you do treat Kazuya. Like, you do not want to be in there. You have to play perfectly. That's what Linus did those first 2 stocks. Like, that's the counterplay for Kazuya. Just play perfectly, don't mess up, and Kazuya is actually a pretty bad character. That's how I feel about Copel. Just play perfectly, don't get hit by a single move, and you're fine. Copel can't do anything. But the second you get hit by 1 grab, 1 crown, 1 forward air, 1 cross-up, you might just be dead.
It's how it kind of goes, right? When you really think about it. But once again, both teams taking a little bit to think about this. It's only best of 1. You get 1 chance. You want to win this qualifier. It's really just kind of down to the picks. Now, once again, if I'm Michigan, I'm sending out the Rob here. Rob is very, very reliable. And then you save the X Factor Kazuya for the last. Or you could send out Kazuya first. You know, try and get this first stock gone as fast as possible. But I think Rob is a little bit less of a risk here.
I would agree with you right there. I like Rob's ability to interact from a range to, I mean, if the crown is on stage and the gyro is on stage, you can just juggle projectiles as you edgeguard K. Rool. And we did see Copel forced into using that helicopter pack a lot more often than they maybe would have wanted. And sure, there are sometimes some confirms you can get off of that, like a cheeky last hit of that into grab ledge into forward air. But we're not seeing that often. We definitely didn't see that in that last match, especially with Copel having only one stock. You want to play this at a range. You want to play this carefully. You want to play this with respect. And I feel like Rob is a character who can do that. That's what the R stands for.
Right, here we go. Moving in, getting some picks. I'm interested to see where we are going to go as well. But once again, Miles, it's going so back and forth so quickly. It is so intense. I do not blame these schools for taking their time with the picks to see who they want to send out at all.
Yeah, it does look like it is going to be that Rob. And so let's take another look at those tools. I feel like one thing Rob has is the ability to linger off stage. You can just wait out a lot of the ledge setups. Like, if you see something that is very clearly a trap and you do not know how to get around it, Rob is a character who can just wait it out. Or, even better, just sneak up, do a little up air through the stage, and then grab ledge. Like, you have a lot of options, a lot of versatility. Or Rob, against K. Rool, a character who can't really go that high that fast, can just go up and over whatever K. Rool has set up at ledge. That takes a lot of tools out of Copel's box, but it's up to Hawk whether or not they employ them.
Right, we are going to Pokemon Stadium 2. It was nice going on a trip around the world here, but it will be Copel with one stock. So even just one stock of extra credit is going to be worth it here. You can tell already it's Hawk lining up to fight back here for Michigan State. You got one scary crocodile right in front of you, Miles. How hard could it be when you're the big Rob robot?
It could be pretty hard, and I think Hawk knows that because they are playing this at a range where they are quite safe and sound. They're taking chip damage, but they're not at a percent where the crown is going to set up for anything. But that reflect right there, oh my gosh, I said at a range, but Hawk has been bullied into the corner. Now they have to jump away from that up air on shield. Copel is starting to get that fear factor going.
Yeah, that's the thing with K. Rool too, is that K. Rool can just kind of ignore some of these gyro hits with projectiles and super armor of their own. It seems like Hawk is just kind of getting chipped up by the chip damage here. So now, honestly, Copel needs to find a way to get in here, because once he gets in, he'll be able to get something explosive, but the damage already stacking up, deciding to go in here, but here comes Hawk, gonna get a great punish here. Great belly, though, by Copel, saying, you know what, let's alleviate some of this pressure.
And I feel like I haven't seen the gyro hit once. Like, it's so crazy how Copel is able to just have constant coverage out between shield and crown. It's constantly clanking with that crown, and, well, we're not seeing the gyro get that much value.
No, not at all. Let's see, though. It's still so scary. And now, honestly, Copel, both of them just don't want to go in at this point, right? Both of them want to just get that sustained damage and then say, you know what? All right, I'll find a way in here. Copel, though, just looking for a hit off of the crown. Hawk just looking for a hit off the gyro, but will read the jump up into the back air. Some great spacing. That was about, what, a minute and a half of just pure spacing, Miles? That was intense.
Yeah. Copel was just throwing out the crown again and again and again, saying, you make a mistake, you slip up. And Hawk was not taking that bait, not whatsoever. Every single time their gyro would connect with the super armor, and you could see Hawk, they wanted to go in, they wanted to try and get a punish, but that would be playing exactly into Copel's hands. So instead, Hawk, like you said, played the spacing game, played it laid back, waited until they had Copel in the corner instead of the other way around, and caught the jump.
Yep. Okay, what song are we picking here?
Okay.
My bias goes towards what song we're about to play. I hate Marius. Slide is okay. Slide is okay.
Okay.
Slide is very, like, you know, uh reminiscence of the childhood. Personally, my favorite songs to pick when I'm in a very intense match, right? You get Dual Zone from Melee. Dual Zone is one of the like hypest like songs that I think a lot of people sleep on. And I mean, with the addition of Kazuya, you also got 39 Tekken songs that were added into Ultimate, and you got like Karma, Darkness, Yodeling on the Hill. Like, there are some really great songs now in Ultimate. So let's see who we're going to be bringing out, though. Once again, who do we have left on the Northwood side, right? We got Seth, right? The Falcon. Go Falcon versus Rob? I don't think necessarily a super bad idea here, but it all depends on what you want to kind of keep in the corners, right? Do you want to keep Frostbite for your anchor? Do you want to keep Seth for your anchor? It really all just kind of depends. How do you feel versus Rob?
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, between the Falcon and the Roy, I feel like objectively the Roy has the better matchup, but they both can just blow up Hawk if they get the right opening, and that's really all you need. Like, you don't even need to completely defeat Hawk, you just need to set up whoever comes next. You just need to make sure Hawk can't sweep through you. Because I feel like Hawk, definitely one of the main anchors right here. Obviously, there's still a Terry and a Kazuya in their back pocket. Scary in their own right, but Rob's pure adaptability and, I mean, versatility in the game plan, able to pull out anything, I feel like that's the scariest thing.
See, for sure, once again, we have to be so careful about who we are putting out here. You have to weigh the risks of every single person. It will be Frostbite coming out here with the Roy. We are back to even, Miles. It has been quite a tug of war here in finals for sure.
And took away the platforms altogether, going Final Destination, hoping to just batter them away. That leaves me, oh, I'm not sure entirely how I feel about this, but I do love Roy's ledge trapping. I think it's one of the best in the game, based purely off the fact that Roy's ledge trapping will just straight up kill you at 60.
Yeah, for sure. Roy is definitely one of those characters that just wants to take you left and right across the stage and get these really hype combos. Frostbite gonna be able to find a beautiful up air, back air, and gets the weak hit fair. It's not enough to take the stock, but it's definitely kind of warming up your combo hands, right? There's the jab back air, but it's not gonna send off too far. Hawk trying to read the DI here, trying to get an air dodge read potentially as well. There's the up tilt, great air dodge out by Frostbite, but still, Hawk has every option covered. He's playing extremely well.
Yes, it is. Oh, but there we go. Frostbite goes right into the center, gets knocked away into the tech chase situation. Both these characters kill each other off a stray hit. Tech chase does not go their way. Oh, single hit nair into the jab, but no follow-up. Finally, just a raw forward tilt will finish off the stock. In a scramble situation, Frostbite showed themselves to have the resolve, but now are you going to get the mash out? No, that's going to be the stock finish as well. Even game right now, Lyric.
Yeah, it's going so close, back to back. Frostbite now and Hawk 0-0. Let's see who's going to be able to come out on top first. Hawk so far finding the fair into the rotor arms. Good on Frostbite though for saving the jump right now. Still carrying out so much aggression here. Hawk recognizing that the opportunity was gone, so resetting neutral. But like Miles was saying, this is an intense amount of damage here. There's the double down tilt into the F smash though, but there's the down air. Things are looking so good for Michigan State right now. Frostbite unable to get the strong hit F smash, so it's not going to be enough. But look at Hawk looking to end it all right now. Go though, looking so scary here as just down tilt into jab, but there's the down tilt coming out from Frostbite. So far these competitors are so back to back right now. There's the forward air looking to even it up, but still Rob doing what Rob does best, stalling for a little bit of time, trying to decide how they want to come off of ledge. The F tilt's not going to connect. There's that one though, going all the way off. It will be able to find the back air. Hawk now on the verge. I mean, both schools right now could potentially be winning this right now. There's the nair, looking for the back air to end it all. Gets the gyro, drop down, but Miles, oh my goodness, you missed it all. It's so close.
It's terrifying right now. Looking at this, Frostbite is at the ledge. Their shield is running low, but they get that one nair. Is that all they need? Oh, goes way high. Hawk soars, but they cannot get the landing right here. Now their percent is climbing up, but that lingering down smash gonna put Frostbite at the ledge. Can they get off?
So scary too. Good parry. There's the forward throw. You know what Hawk is looking for. Looking for a conversion here. There's the down throw. The mash out, not going to be there, but great air dodge too. The aerial drift on Roy helps out a lot. Finds the gyro down toss, has to recover again, but still just a laser right in the face, Miles. That's gotta hurt.
Yeah, 171 at this point.
Oh,
that nair killed!
Yep.
And that is going to be Frostbite's counter pick going against them as Hawk is able to clutch it out. Is Michigan State going to double eliminate both the JV and varsity rosters of Northwood?
This one stock that Hawk has left has to carry all the way. I mean, of course, you do have one player left, but I think it would be rather sweet to get that, 3 stock onto one certain Seth who is going to be coming into play now. A very valiant effort by Frostbite. I think potentially we just saw the 2 best players on both teams go at it there. I think both of those players are anchor level players. We'll see what Seth has to say about it all. I mean, Falcon Rob could go one of 2 ways, but honestly, if I'm Michigan State, I'm still sweating no matter what.
I do know Seth has one secondary. The
Uh-oh.
Setharoth.
Setharoth.
They
love
have
it.
pulled that out quite frequently, and I'm trying to think if there's any... I mean, obviously, Falcon is going to have a tough time truly getting in on Rob. I do like Sephiroth, the ability to contest, the ability to play that range game a little bit more, but I don't know. What do you think of those 2 matchups?
So hard to say. Sephiroth, while light, extends very far out, and you do also have the wing that does work in your favor when used well. And honestly, it feels kind of fitting, right? You need that comeback factor. We will see how it's going to go here. I would like to see the you said Sephiroth, right? The Seth.
The Setharoth? Yeah.
Yeah, that's too hard on my tongue, but I think the Setharoth can definitely make some damage. I would love to see that more than Falcon, actually, because Falcon can be gimped off the side. Rob is a gimper as a character, finds a lot of those rotor arms. As you know what, just jump in the arena, Northwood. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Get in there. Dunktastic is the best taunt message, by the way. This is so funny.
I personally like, I'm going to grab you, I'm gonna throw you.
Yep.
That's my favorite.
Perfect.
I can't
I'm using
argue
tilt
against
controls
it.
as my favorite Mario Kart one.
Yes. I'm trying to look. Trying to see. Because Michigan State, they still have both the Terry and the Kazuya in the back. And because of that, I think the Setharoth is the pick. Now I'm just saying Sephiroth.
Yeah,
But,
now we're saying it. Now it's new name.
As I think, as Falcon, you do not want to be interacting with Kazuya and Terry. Sephiroth has actual options there, has ways to keep them away. I think in the long game, if you want to win this crew battle outright and not just take this stock, the Sephiroth might be the pick.
Let's see how it is going to go once again. I mean, we're down to our last players here. I'm so interested to see how everything is going to go right now. It's so hard to say, but we have both players in the arena. It will be the Captain Falcon versus Hawks Rob. I already talked about this, Miles. I'm a little concerned about how Falcon is going to do off stage, but honestly, we shall see here. We're going to Pokemon Stadium 2. Hawk has to drop 2 stocks.
I am looking for instant aggression if I and Hawk, taking his time, having some fun, floating around off stage. Ooh. Those booster cancels, they make Rob look so terrifying. Rob should not be moving that fast.
Rob is already very, very scary. Let's just be honest here. But this is why, right? Tons of sustained damage, and you can tell Hawk wants to play this one stock very, very safe here. Good on set, though. Gonna be able to take Gyro and toss it away. I feel like when you're playing against some of these item characters, that's like the best advice, right? Grab the other projectile, either toss it away or find another way to work off of it. Hawk, though, gonna be able to find the rotor arms here, so we're gonna see him willing to go out there. That's the first laser hit. Down tilt forward air. That might be a dead set. That will be for sure. Expert Rob Edgeguard coming out from Hawk here.
Ooh, and this has been the, like you said, the range game that we talked about. The fact that Seth has not been able to get a single combo starter going here.
Oh,
Nair into the gyro, into the
no.
side B. Instant death right here. And in Lyric, it's an even game. Or it would be. If
No.
Seth didn't still have another 3 stocks to take. If they could even lay a finger on Hawk right now. They get a dash tag, but no follow-up off of it.
Uh-oh, finds
into
the
single hit Nair, into knee. Seth is still styling even after all of this. Goes for the down air, but gets hit by the get-up attack. And Hawk continues to control the stage.
Double hit into the up smash! No way! No way! That was insane! Double strong hit down air into the air dodge read up smash. Sensational, playing sensational, bringing out the last player from Michigan State. So now we're seeing kind of reverse of what we saw a little bit earlier, right? That one stock, how far can you take it? It's 3 stocks to 1. We're going down all the way to the last player in finals, Miles. It has been a fantastic tournament so far. I'm so glad you're here with me because I'm having an absolute blast.
Yeah, this has been fantastic, and I have a feeling this last game is either going to be a showstopper or a stopped show, because every character left on Michigan's roster is going to have to fight. They're going to have to scrap. They're going to have to get in there with all those combo starters that Captain Falcon was throwing out.
Right.
That's going to put you a little bit on the back foot. Now, obviously, Captain Falcon has to get in there with your combo starters, and maybe they're not as good, but there's still the chance. There's still the whiff. And if you whiff one, then you're going to be seeing Sensational style all over you, just like that.
Yeah, things are getting very, very scary here. Both sides, right? Like we talked about, Falcon is the character to get comboed, but combos on that character are just night and day. It just kind of happens to you sometimes. And that's the hype part about Falcon, right? Is that everybody loves to see a good Falcon combo. I mean, it's Super Smash Brothers. Falcon has been comboing since 2001 or 1996, part of the original roster. My Smash knowledge is being tested today. Regardless, though, we got 1 player left on Michigan. Do we send out the Kazuya now? I think it's time.
Yeah, I mean, I think this does come down to combat, or to matchup comfort, but I feel like in terms of the pure counter pick, the fact that Kazuya just has more anti-airs and a lot of Falcon's starters are in the air, just makes it, like, you want that a lot more. Like, I feel like between the two, even though they both are like touch of death characters, I would rather have Kazuya's touch of death than Terry's. I'm not sure if Falcon is going to be, you know, going off stage to edge guard, so you don't have to worry about the recovery as much. I think the only place where Terry has Kazuya beat is kind of the landing mix-ups, landing options with the crack shoot, with that like power dunk. You have ways to get down to the ground that change your momentum, change your movement, and that is one thing, but I would not say like Captain Falcon's juggling is going to be his number one thing.
It is going to be Crash 101 on the Terry here. I'm very happy that we've seen really just players run at each other all day today. Smash Ultimate is heading in a very odd direction, I think, with some zoners starting to kind of take over the meta here. But honestly, I'm just loving the way that we're just beating each other up. It is going to be Crash 101. This is going to be the first time that we're actually seeing Crash here. And what a better way to get a first showing than in finals when all you got to do is take 1 stock.
Crash 101 coming in for the cleanup right here for Northwood. One more chance for Northwood to bring this home. Otherwise, Michigan State, our number 2 seed, is going to upset the number 1, but Seth does not want to let that happen. Already, here we go, all the way to the top, not finishing it off, but 93%, not bad for your money's worth.
Yeah, things are looking so good right now for Seth, but it's all up to Crash here. I mean, every single second we get closer to that go meter, and Seth already in trouble here. Power guys that could potentially do it. Going for the power dunk. It's not going to be enough, though. One more hit by Seth, and now we're at go meter, Miles. Now we are at a whole new ball game here.
Yeah, you can see Seth playing very carefully around this. Gentleman pressures the shield, and that's a beautiful delay right there from Crash. They just zoom right on past Seth, and Seth gets the back air. Can they even make it back there? Oh my gosh, they go so low. Gets the tech though, and that will be Seth surviving.
What was that? I couldn't even kind of land it. It looked like the up special on both just kind of clanked with each other. There's the up B that might be it all, but no, Seth going to hold on for Northwood here. The dash attack will take it though. Michigan State getting the upset on Northwood Blue after beating Northwood White. It will be just Michigan taking down both squads from Northwood and just winning the CECC Midwest Finals.
Beautiful stuff from Michigan right there. I wasn't sure after the shaky game to start out against Northwood White. I was like, is Michigan going to be able to do it? Are they going to be able to bring it all the way? They were looking really strong in the semifinals. Can they bring it all the way here? And they did. Northwood, our number 1 seed. By the way, Northwood, the only team to take crew battles off of our reigning champion, has just fallen here in the semifinals, or in the finals, and now they're not going to be the number 1 seed for that regional. They're not going to have that comfort. And obviously, number 2 seed ain't bad. You're still going to be doing just as fine, but it's not perfect. And yeah.
I think I was saying when I hopped on today that the last time I was casting here with the CECC, I casted a Michigan win. And it looks like, once again returning after a couple months, I am casting again a Michigan win. Great job. MSU will be them taking it all. I don't know if we're doing an interview. I'm not quite sure where we're stepping from here. We are doing an interview. Or maybe we're not. I don't know. Regardless, though, Miles, it's been always a pleasure working with you.
Yes, it certainly has been. There's not going to be an interview this time, so we're going to be wrapping up here for Smash Brothers. But there's still more content tonight because Overwatch 2 is going to be coming up later tonight. But before that, we're going to have a little bit of an intro from Pauly. So we're going to go to a quick break and then get ready for Pauly Hype.
That will move the needle. I don't see any of that.
So Chris, that was pretty much the last topic. You kind of wrapped it in a nice package called community.